All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here tonight. Let me shut off this thing right here. We are here tonight on the Show, and we got some wrestling news. Let's go talk about it, man. The biggest thing right now being the Young Bucks. After signing a 5-year deal in 2019, it's set to expire this year. And I think the Young Bucks sometimes they change their Twitter bio and they put on there today or a few days ago that can't believe we're less than a year away from it. And a lot of people believe it's a contract being expired. Could they potentially leave? I think they're good friends with Cody Rhodes, right? And just like Cody Rhodes, they were one of the founders, right? That's why they're vice presidents of AEW, along with just like Kenny Omega and Cody Rhodes was. I don't see this happening. They love them. I mean, they're by far the best tag team. I don't see the Young Bucks leaving. Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised that they signed a 5-year deal going back to 2019, and the fact that here in 2023, the final year of the deal, and the fact that they didn't get signed like maybe somewhere like 2021, 2022, it is kind of surprising. But I don't see them leaving. They're their favorite tag team. In fact, I think this week on their podcast, FTR went off on how when they signed with AEW a few years ago, they were promised by Tony Khan that they would be like them and the Young Bucks would be the like the big two tag teams, right? That would like run the tag team division. And he said we had that match in 2020, and then we never had a follow-up match. And then once we finally had that follow-up match, we were promised it was going to be for all the titles, right? For the freaking New Japan tag team titles, the freaking AAA tag team titles, Ring of Honor tag team titles, and the AEW tag team titles. All four promotions were going to put the tag team titles on the line and have a crazy ass match between the Young Bucks and FTR. That was not the case. A few weeks later, the Acclaim ended up winning the tag team titles instead. And that's when everything started going downhill with FTR. Eventually, in about a matter of a month, they lost all their tag team titles. So yeah, man. FTR says no, man. They don't look at us as the main tag team. So I'm sure, as much as Tony Khan left the Acclaim, I'm sure he still looks at the Young Bucks as their best and favorite tag team. So I do not see them. I do not see Tony Khan. I think, if anything, he's going to overpay to keep them in AEW, ladies and gentlemen. So we had freaking some more news, ladies and gentlemen. For the one that a freaking NXT is kind of beating up Rampage really bad right now in the ratings. They're saying that Dynamite is averaging about somewhere between 800 to like 900,000 viewers per week. And they said NXT is right just behind them at about sometimes even 700,000. They said they're only like sometimes they're not that far away, and they don't know if it's Dynamite kind of falling off a little bit, only getting somewhere between 800,000 to 900,000 viewers per week, or if NXT is just super hot right now, as they're getting like up to like 700,000 followers. 700,000 viewerships. Obviously, and they're smashing, obviously, Rampage, right? They have no chance. They're only averaging about 300,000 views a week, Rampage. Even this week, they had freaking the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega on, and they versus the Firm, and they still, I think, they only got like 300,000 views. So, Rampage is doing terrible, and NXT is not that far away from Dynamite. I don't know. I don't know what the hell you do with Rampage. I really don't. But the fact that they get one of the best, the elites, and they still couldn't even get out of 300,000 is not good. And that would be a little bit. I would be a little bit worried too that NXT, being WWE's third brand, is not that far away from your number one brand in AEW. maybe this is why Tony Khan wants to buy it because he realizes that with Triple H everything's starting to change a little bit. I don't know. I still don't see NXT catching Dynamite. I just don't see that happening. I just feel like Dynamite's such a much a better show. Now, I mean, it's not like I don't know. Like even if it happens, I still don't. It would just be credit to like WWE, Shawn Michaels, and all those guys, right, for what they're doing more than anything. I wouldn't say, oh, the idiots, Dynamite. If Dynamite keeps the ratings, say they both average like 800,000 or 900,000, okay, but I think it's more to the credit of the guys in NXT and Shawn Michaels for doing what they're doing. But I don't think Dynamite, I don't know, man. We'll see, whatever. Mandy Rose was on the Renee Papocket podcast, and she pretty much talked about her, that she said, I really never got warned about the OnlyFans. She said, it was like about a 3-day span of everything. She said, like, I was born, I think it happened like Monday. I was warned, hey, you got to take it down. I think her agent called her and said, I received a call from WWE. They want this down. Take it down. She took it down. Then Tuesday, she lost her women's championship. And then on Wednesday, she got released. She said it happened very fast. She said it went from Monday to just telling me to take the link down, which I took it down. And then on freaking Wednesday, I was out of the company with no warning. So I guess she's pretty upset about it. All that stuff is so leaked right now. I mean, it's unbelievable how much of that stuff is getting leaked. But I mean, I heard she's made like up to like $1 million in less than a year doing it. But she seems to kind of be open to like deleting it and going back to WWE. She doesn't like she does seem interested in it. They actually had her group that was Toxic Attraction. It got broken up last night. Bailey had one of her episodes on Ding Dong Dong Bitch, and they broke them up. So a lot of people were wondering what was going to happen with them. For a while there, for a few weeks, they were a tag team still, but now they broke up this week. So we'll see what happens. A lot of people thought they were going to get called up. Maybe after WrestleMania, they're going to be one of the calls up. But now I feel like that they broke them up. They're probably going to have that big feud in NXT. They got a lot of guys. They might bring up soon. I heard Indy, whatever her name is, Indy Neidhart. I forgot what her name is. They said they were doing some like they're on the list of potentially getting called up. I think they were on Monday Night Raw this week. So I never understood why they have to like get tryouts at Monday Night Raw. They've already like wrestled in big arenas. I don't get it. But they just had that big show in Vengeance over the weekend. I don't know why they just don't call them up. Why do they have to have like a series of matches? Like they usually fight like on main event or like, it's like, why? Just bring them up. They can do it. Let's see what else. Alexa Bliss, man, she's gonna be taken off TV for a little bit. I guess again, didn't she just go through this like a year ago? And that was the whole problem where she didn't have an identity for a long time. And now she finally got one again with Bray Wyatt coming back with Uncle Howdy. And now she's outdone again. They don't know if it's storyline or if it's another personal problem. But Jesus Christ, man. She took like a lot of time off. Like, was it in 2021? And then she came back in 2022 and she really struggled finding her identity. She was kind of lost for a while. And now finally got an identity back again with Bray Wyatt and Uncle Howdy. And now she's done again. Jesus Christ. I mean, if she's unhappy with the whole Uncle Howdy storyline, man, I wouldn't be surprised if she just has it for her release or something. Because this is like the second time in the last, 17, 18 months, she's taking personal time off. So I don't know, man. And like I said, no injury. It's either for personal reasons or it's part of the storyline with Uncle Howdy and Bray Wyatt. But who knows, man? Who the hell knows, man? Let's see here, more news. Pat McAfee had Seth Rollins on his show today, and again, Seth Rollins talking bad about Logan Paul, how he hates him and how he's not a fan of him, and Pat McAfee's like, well, he's fantastic. You know, he did that big spot last year at Crown Jewel when he was on the top rope and he filmed himself in a video while he was doing this frog splash from the top rope onto the announce table on Roman Reigns. He's like, dude, we don't need to do that, man. That's not impressive. That's why we have all these cameramen. We don't got to film ourselves. So he was like, you know, Logan Paul is doing it from himself. He don't really like WWE. He's doing this from himself. Like, this is ridiculous. The fact that just because he's got all these followers on social media, they let him be a WWE superstar. So, you know, he's going off, and I'm still, like I said, they're planting the seeds. It feels like they're using social media to like start up this feud, right? You had Logan Paul on his podcast also saying some stuff last week. You see, I think he made a video and he freaking titled it "Look at this clown," and then he put the video of him eliminating Seth Rollins, and when he gets eliminated, he puts the clown like a clown freaking mask on Seth Rollins. So yeah, it's interesting how they're starting this feud off on social media, but hey, it kind of makes sense, right? Since Logan Paul is a social media guy. And then I think this wasn't even planned. This was probably just a guy that I don't know who it was, AJ Hawk or one of the guys that is over there with Pat McAfee. Seth Rollins was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go to Puerto Rico and look for him." And then one of the guys was like, "Oh yeah, he lives in Puerto Rico, right?" He said, "For the tax, you don't want to pay his taxes." That was kind of funny, but I don't think that was part of the skit. That was just the freaking Pat McAfee people being silly and saying, "Oh yeah, he lives in Puerto Rico because he don't want to pay the taxes of living in the U.S." That was kind of funny, but yeah, it looks like that's gonna happen for sure, man. That Seth Rollins Logan Paul match, it looks like it is gonna happen. They're slowly planting the seats for it, but it looks like it's gonna happen at WrestleMania, man. So it should be a very fun match, man. Both very athletic guys. This might be his best one yet, right? You give him a guy like as athletic as him and Seth Rollins, and this might be his best match out of all he had. Honestly, man. Honestly, man. So we'll see how that goes, man. Jerry Lawler suffered a stroke yesterday. I was going to talk about this, but I didn't have enough information on it yesterday. I guess he was eating lunch. I don't get it. I thought it was in the parking lot of his apartment, but now they're saying it was when he was having lunch with friends. What happened is he had a stroke. He got taken to the hospital. He had surgery, and now he's recovering. So good to know Jerry Lawler is doing good. This is like the third health scare he's had in like the last 10 years, 11 years. Remember, he had that heart attack on Monday Night Raw. He had a stroke, I think, back in 2017. And now this past week he had another stroke. So Jerry Lawler, man, he's been having a lot of health problems the last 10, 11 years, but he keeps surviving these. It's great to know, man. Jerry Lawler, wishing you a speedy recovery, man. I think that is it, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Until next time, I'm out like a light. Holla.